Sports on Tap Detroit, brought to you by Tap and Barrel Grill, the Realtors of the Joe Wright Group, Jason Stiltner of Flagstar Bank, Baldman Entertainment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Sports the way it should be. Nothing sugar-coated, we loaded with all the information you wanted. From legends to prospects, nothing's off limits. Chris and Joe be taking on all topics with no stopping. They keep it rolling and going and ball hopping at a rate that's hard stopping. With news that's jaw dropping, they're getting it in. Sports Center competition, man, they in it to win. This ain't a fluke, from Carolina to Duke, from MSU to Michigan. You'll know if you listening, if you ain't, you missing it. All the excitement, they shock like a thundercloud and light of lightning. Get it together, you know ain't nobody better. Bring heat than cold weather. You better put on a sweater, you better just let it go when all come and attack. Sit back, relax, let's tell them it's on tap.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Welcome to episode 173 of Sports on Tap Detroit, alongside Joe Waddell. I am Chris Scott. Joe, been off for a minute. How are you?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
Doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't complain.
Yeah. We take a couple weeks off.
Yes.
Kind of wind down a little bit. We both had some sickness in the families we're dealing with and things like that. So yeah. But
yeah.
I'm kind of pumped to get back into it. There's a lot to talk about since we've been off for 2 weeks. So
I hear that. Like, we're now living in a world where John Cena is a heel. Who would have thought that would ever happen?
Yeah. One of the biggest heel turns in the history of the business.
It is. And frankly, long overdue.
And sign me up for every minute of it.
Yeah, I'm here for it 100%.
I thought his promo last night was good.
I haven't seen like all of it in its entirety. I've caught bits and pieces of it, but the parts I have seen, yes, it was pretty solid, no doubt.
Yep.
And as long as it puts the end to Cody Rhodes, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Sign me up for all that.
Yes.
Dude. At first I was like, no, it's too telegraphed to have John Cena win the Elimination Chamber and then go on to WrestleMania and win the championship in his last year, in his final go around, his retirement year, and I was not for it. I was like, this is ridiculous. You're gonna have the dude win it at his age. He hasn't won a match in fucking 3 years, but you're gonna have him win the title now because he's retiring, and he's gonna win it for the 17th time, right?
Yeah.
But the minute they turned him heel and he's gonna be fighting Cody Rhodes, I'm like,
this can work.
Yes, please let him win this.
This can work.
I want him to win it now.
And now
I'm on board.
Now that he's apparently, quote, sold his soul to Dwayne. Yeah, all right. They can make this work.
And the old promo where The Rock is face to face with John Cena in the ring, this is years ago, and he said, no matter what, behind everything, you will always be The Rock's bitch. Now that old promo comes back and you're like, well,
yeah, maybe.
is this The Rock being a jerk in this scenario?
Now, with that, do you think they should make like a stable, I guess, for lack of a better term? Add like a third person to it?
I'm fine. Sign me up for it.
Yeah. So who would you add?
Oh, man. I love Drew McIntyre and what he does.
That's exactly who I would put.
So I sign me up for Drew McIntyre to be on with The Rock, who is very good at being a heel.
He's the best bad guy you got.
We talking about McIntyre?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's great at what he does, and so sign me up for that.
What I love about it is like everything he says is based in logic. You're like, yeah, that actually makes sense.
Okay, yeah, no, I can see that.
Like, he's not just being a bad guy to be a bad guy. He's like, if you actually think about what he's saying, you're like, yeah, he's kind of
a little bit of the crybaby stuff they have him do.
Well,
is a little irritating, but
of course, that just gets you more heat.
Right. Overall, well, I think what he does as a heel is great, and sign me up for a bit of it. If they put him and him with Cena and The Rock.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That would be
fantastic. Sign me up for that. I would love for them to, I mean, honestly, at this point in time, go full on old school and just create another one of like the corporation or the corporate or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like The Rock, Cena.
I think that's kind of what they're.
McIntyre.
I think that's kind of what they're aiming for.
Give me a couple more too, and sign me up for that because I love the stables. Like back in the day, the stables were the thing, right? Like you had the groups, and I think they wasted a little bit of what Judgment Day could have been.
God, how bad did that just?
Dude, it just fizzled
crashed and
out.
burned.
It did. It fizzled out, and what they have now is not even intriguing.
Like, why is it even a thing anymore?
It shouldn't be at this point. But yeah, give me a corporate stable again.
Yeah.
And then have them take on and even have the good guys kind of stable up too. That's great. Absolutely, let's do it. Make it interesting.
Just terrorize another faction. Yeah, I'm down with that. Like as Dennis chimes in, another faction. Absolutely, I would be 100% down with that. Just terrorize either Raw or SmackDown or both.
Yeah,
great.
Yep,
I'm 100% in favor of that. So
sign me up.
Let's see if that.
And again, no matter what, if Cody Rhodes loses, sign me up for it. I don't care how it happens.
But see, that's the thing. Like I'm not a fan of him regardless, but he's definitely better in quote chase mode than he is as champion.
Oh yeah,
like as champion, this has been one of the worst title reigns ever.
It's very vanilla.
Very vanilla. Every promo is the exact same.
Well, yes. Well, I told you before, I don't dislike Cody Rhodes, but he's so vanilla, and there's no substance to him anymore.
No.
You're right. The chase was the thing for him.
Yes.
And now they're kind of adding storylines for him to be involved in as opposed to him just defending the title against all oncomers.
Like, it's almost like they had to do this to make his championship like meaningful.
Right.
To actually keep it fresh or keep people caring about it.
Right. And the original idea was going to be Cody was going to turn heel.
Yeah.
But he turned it down because he can't bring himself to be a heel.
But it was the same thing with
Cena for a long time.
But that was McMahon saying, no, you're not doing this.
Yeah.
Which I guess to McMahon's credit, it made sense at the time because you're making way too much money to turn him heel.
But it's been proven when you turn guys heel, it actually boosts the market.
Well, shit, look at what they did with Triple H.
Yeah.
That dude turned heel, face, and then it came to the point where it didn't fucking matter.
Right. It didn't matter whether he was heel or face. People fucking loved him.
Yes.
He was just the guy.
Kind of same thing with Randy Orton. Heel, face doesn't fucking matter. Like, people love him because he's good at what he does.
Yep.
So you could have made that work with Cena if you turned him heel way, way, way before this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm curious to see how it plays out. So.
And for God's sakes, can we stop putting celebrities in the ring with these guys? That Travis Scott thing, dude. Like, can we just stop?
I understand why they did it. It makes sense. I get it, but you're 100% right in this. You cannot have people in the wrestling ring who have no idea what the fuck they're doing. That's how people get legitimately hurt.
Again, I don't like Cody Rhodes' title reign,
but I don't like,
and I don't dislike him as a person, like an actual person. And what happened to him was bullshit.
It was absolute bullshit because this guy has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
He literally had the imprint of the fucking watch on his eye where he got hit.
But we talk about it.
It's insane, man.
We talk about it like receipts. Next time that dude's in a ring with pretty much anybody.
Oh, and he's got major heat from the locker room. Is what I'm reading.
So that's what I'm saying. Next time he's in,
in
the ring with anybody.
Oh yeah,
and it's actually physical or whatever. Oh, he's gonna get his.
Dude, what happened to I Show Speed needs to happen to him.
That would be sweet. That was awesome.
I Show Speed he got laid out several times.
Broken in half, dude.
He got broken in half. He got thrown on a table.
Yeah.
He got half his leg skin ripped off.
That was great. Yeah, he's definitely gonna get his receipt. So. But you're right, though. Stop having people in the ring that have no fucking business being there.
And if you're having them in the ring, don't have them doing things where they can hurt your talent.
Right.
Like, if you want to parade them out there because you want the viewership, which at this point in time, I don't know, like you're the WWE, you don't need extra viewers,
you really
bro.
don't.
I don't understand why we're doing all this celebrity stuff right now. Do it at your big events, fine, but why you don't need the crossover right now? Like you're surviving on your own.
Like after that happened, I'm surprised Cody didn't go backstage and beat the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah.
Legit beat the shit out of him.
Absolutely.
Like, the fuck is wrong with you, man? That's not how we do things here.
Yeah.
But
fucking
anyways, moving on. NFL free agency. Is this just me? Or has this been like more of a wild free agency year than
It's been really strange.
it has been?
It's been really strange.
I mean, just a lot of stuff has gone down. Signings have gone down.
Well, there's been a lot. There's the signings and the releases.
Yeah.
Have been. There's been a lot of action.
A lot. Very much so. So I just Yahoo Sports, they came out with the grades for each team and what they've done so far in free agency. Like I'm just looking at the Arizona Cardinals, they get a B for it, and obviously their biggest signing was Josh Sweat. I think that's a solid signing for them.
That's a nice signing for them. Real nice signing for them.
Yeah.
It adds what they need on that defensive side of the football.
Yeah.
It's not a bad contract either. 4 years, 76.4.
No.
I would say retaining Browning, like they say, is a great move. Yeah, I think a B is a legitimate grade for them.
I mean, I think the biggest signing they made was Jacoby Brisket. I mean,
Jacoby Brisket?
Yeah.
Everybody likes Brisket. You can't tell me you don't like Brisket.
No.
Although I did find out that Sean doesn't like brisket, but it's because he doesn't like mustard at all. Like he literally is afraid of mustard. He hates it. It's a weird thing for him, and so he doesn't eat barbecue because most barbecue, the binding agent is mustard, so he doesn't eat it.
It's unfortunate for you, man.
Yeah, I found that out today. That was a weird one.
All right then. All right. Then we move on to the Atlanta Falcons, and the Atlanta Falcons continuing to do what they do would be an awful organization.
Yeah, but last year we were so intrigued with what they had going on.
Yep.
And they just fell flat.
Yeah.
And then this offseason, they've stayed flat. They're just flat.
I just look at their signings. I'm just like, what did you guys do here?
They did nothing.
Like nothing that's very impactful.
Yeah, and I apologize. I'm getting ready to pull up the call log here. I didn't have the number pulled up for anybody that might want to call in. It's my bad.
And then we moved to the Baltimore Ravens. Again, they really didn't do much. I mean, they re-signed one of their own guys in Ronnie Stanley, which I think is solid to keep Lamar upright.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. But they signed the corpse of DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, cool. Cooper Rush as a backup. All right, fine. But again, nothing that's gonna like make them significantly better.
Talking about the Ravens?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And then you move on to the Bills, right?
Yeah.
Your team. They retained a couple of players that make sense, right? Greg Rousseau, edge rusher, 4 years, $80 million.
Yep.
He actually got more than Sweat did.
Which I'm not thrilled with that, but
yeah, I mean that's to me that's a little bit overpaying. I get it. They did re-sign Josh Allen to a huge contract, 6 years, $330 million.
I like what he did there. He left money on the table. Good for him.
Yeah. Well, and that's what you see sometimes with these quarterbacks, right?
Yep.
The ones that really want to win.
Mm-hmm.
They did sign Josh Palmer.
I like that they kept Khalil Shakir. I'm happy about
Shakir,
that.
yep.
It sucks that they lost what's his nuts barefoot guy.
Oh, Mac Hollins.
Mac Hollins, yeah.
But other than that, I like their offseason so far has been really underwhelming.
Yeah, like the Joey Bosa, I get it. It's a low risk signing. Like if he's anywhere close to what he was,
right?
Dope.
What
great.
1 year, 12.6? You can't beat it.
I can live with that.
It's a prove it contract.
Exactly, I can live with it. The only thing that sucks is like two of the guys they signed are going to be out for fucking 6 weeks because of PED suspensions.
Oh, jeez.
So that's not ideal, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, and then so you move on to the Panthers. Can we just move on from the Panthers? Because that really doesn't matter. That team doesn't matter. Do they even matter?
You know, as much shit as we give the Panthers, I thought they made some strides toward the end of last year.
I will tell you that.
But again,
I think Bryce Young made some strides. I liked what I saw out of him the last like 5 weeks.
Yeah, but in turn, I think that the team itself made some strides.
Okay.
Again, I don't think they're going to be anything worth noting this year. You know,
right?
They're still going to be probably a top 5 drafting team this year.
Yeah. But, well, listen, they the big ones for them. They signed Rico Dowdle. And that's just a guy that's going to probably spell Chuba Hubbard. They restructured Adam Thielen's deal to keep him in town. But I don't see any, to me, nothing really stands out as a huge thing. They did re-sign J.C. Horn to a very big deal, 4 years, $100 million. But again, you're looking $25 million a year for basically a shutdown corner. I mean, it's not bad.
It's not great.
Not great. But again, when you're looking at contracts that have been being given out, it's not bad.
Bears. I like what the Bears did.
I'm telling you, man. I think the Bears this year could be what some people thought they were going to be last year.
Again, it comes down to Caleb. It does.
It does. And listen, it's whether you believe that. Oh God, what's his name? Their head coach came from Detroit. Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
It's whether you believe he really is an offensive fucking savant, right? Because if he is, he can get the best years of Jared Goff's career were with Ben Johnson.
Yep. There is no doubt about that. Yeah.
So Caleb Williams is athletic. So if he can get something out of him that maybe they didn't get last year in their coaching, which, let's face it, the Bears in previous years have wasted athletic quarterback play. It does. It comes down to the quarterback. It comes down to whether they can actually, do what they need to do.
Right. I mean, worst comes to worst, they got Gardner Minshew to back them up, so they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Frank's boy. He loves Gardner Minshew. I wonder if he's got a Minshew Bears jersey on order.
Yeah.
But my guess, probably not. At Bengals, now they made two huge splashes. They re-signed both of their top receivers in T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. What do you think about that?
That's a lot of money to spend on receivers, dude.
It is. You have three players taking up almost 50% of your cap.
Yeah.
But again, it's the NFL, so the cap is not real.
Between T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow, I mean, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yep.
But listen, if they can make it work, the only problem was last year, again, they couldn't stop anybody.
Yeah, their defense was terrible.
But if you're spending that much money on offense, and they even signed Mike Gesicki to a 3-year, $25.5 million deal. They re-signed him. They kind of re-signed Samaje Perine, right? Because he left and then he came back.
You kind of look at it and you're like, okay, you did this and that's all well and good, but is it kind of not the same team as last year?
No, it is.
And
it is.
Look what that team did last year.
Well, it's the only two signings they have are Daryl Slayton, defensive tackle, 2 years, $15 million, and then Samaje, who was on their team a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But everything else is a re-signing.
That's the thing. I don't necessarily think this made them better. I think it made them the same, except more expensive.
No, I agree with you.
You know,
I agree with you.
Okay. Now we get to your Brownies. Oh yeah, Myles Garrett wants to win, right?
Yeah, well, and it depends on what you believe, right? So he
sounded like one of those live golfers when he's like I just dude, you stay for the money, bro.
You wanted the money. You wanted the money. You wanted the respect from Cleveland to give you the money. They lowballed you. You were pissed. But here's the thing. Like, the money to me that they signed him to, it's $4.5 million more than what's his name on the Raiders is getting, right?
Max Crosby.
Yeah. And now Jamar Chase just signed for more than that. So if you're looking at spending money on a position, the one thing I could say is I'm not mad they spent money on Myles Garrett. Spend it on your offensive and defensive line. That's where I want you to spend your fucking money. If you can draft better, it'd be great. If you could get a quarterback, it'd be great. Tiny hands Kenny Pickett isn't the guy, but whatever.
Yikes.
But when you look at it, I'm not mad about the money they spent on Myles Garrett. It was well worth it. And when you look at it, he did an interview, and it's a matter of whether you believe what he led into. And basically, he was asked, do you know who the quarterback's going to be? And he wryly smiled, like very, very wryly smiled and goes, I have a good idea. And he was asked, well, do we know who this is? And or is it are you happy about it? And he goes, well, I'm standing here talking to you, and I re-signed.
Do you think Aaron is going to Cleveland?
Rodgers?
Yeah. Is that who you think he thinks it is? Or knows it is, whatever?
I don't. I'll be honest with you. I've tried to figure out who I think he's talking about, and I can't. I have no idea who he's talking about.
Like Russ?
I fucking hope not.
I hope it's Russ.
But he was then asked again, do you like the prospect of who you're talking about?
Yeah.
He said, well, I'm standing here talking to you, and I believe it's a real chance that it happens. And yeah, I re-signed, and I believe it's
I think it's Russ.
And then so he says, well, can you? I forgot who it was. I think it was Siciliano who was asking him. He says, well, can you tell us who it is? He goes, I can't do that. So it was a very sly smile from Myles Garrett, and I like Myles Garrett as a person. I think he does well in interviews.
Like, who else could he be talking about, though?
He's not. I don't think he's pulling anybody's leg. He really does have a guy in mind that they talked to him about.
Right.
He signed that contract because they had a conversation with him about this is what we want to do.
So maybe it's not this year, but next year.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, I will tell you that I believe Myles Garrett in the fact that there is somebody that was brought up to him that he has high hopes in, that it was the money, but it was also the fact that they had a conversation with him about what their plans were. Right?
And but especially in the NFL, like, dude, get your money. Get the bag.
Yeah.
Do not care. Get the bag.
And I think for him it was both.
Yeah.
I think the money, and then the fact they had the conversation with him about this is what our plan is. Whether they're gonna win or not, I think they set a plan to him and committed to him that they're going to try to win by doing certain things, and he liked what they had to say.
Fair enough. Now, I want to do something positive here before we go to something negative, so I'm going to do this right now.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about Jason Stiltner.
Jason Stiltner from Flagstar Bank.
That's right. If you're a homeowner or looking to be a first-time home buyer, give Jason Stiltner, Senior Loan Officer at Flagstar Bank, a call today at 248-752-3631. Jason has great mortgage programs for first-time home buyers, including down payment assistance options and excellent interest rates. Again, give my guy Jason Stiltner from Flagstar Bank a call today at 248-752-3631 and get the excellent service you deserve. Flagstar Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 27546.
Sports on tap.
So yes, we go from something positive, in Jason Stiltner trying to help you get a home, to the dumpster fire that is the Dallas Cowboys.
Homeless.
Oh my God. This fucking franchise, this might be the worst franchise in sports. Like, flat out.
I can't say I disagree.
Like, Jera has completely destroyed what was a proud organization. Now, I've hated the Dallas Cowboys since I was a kid, and will continue to do so for the rest of my life.
Same.
That being said, Cowboy fans, you don't deserve this shit. Like, your owner has absolutely just destroyed this fucking franchise. And we kind of talked about this with the Lions with the Fords. Nothing's going to change until he is bye-bye. Nothing.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, I'd be hard-pressed to say anything different.
Like, I look at what they did this offseason. Again, just like last year, he said, oh, we're all in. All in on what? All in on being a fucking disaster, a dumpster fire?
Yeah.
Cool, man. I'm here for it. I want you guys to be a dumpster fire. I hope you're a dumpster fire every fucking year.
Yeah.
But when you say stupid shit like that, and then when people call you on it, you get mad about it?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. What are we doing here?
Yeah, it's I mean, they've done nothing notable.
No. Like, they resigned 4 of their guys. You know, I can't even pronounce this dude's name. Osa Odigizua.
Yeah.
Okay.
Odigizua.
Sure. You know, okay, great. But like, you look at the rest of it, you're like, okay.
They signed Solomon Thomas.
Great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Javonte Williams.
Okay.
Who
Like
is-
re-signed
who-
Cavante Turpin.
Javonte Williams is like a corpse at this point.
And somehow the Bills got them to take Kyer Elam, which I can't believe they fucking did that. So, yeah, again, Jera is just absolutely run this franchise into the ground. And like I said, Cowboys fans, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually somewhat feel sorry for you. I really do.
I don't.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're a nicer person than I am.
Well, I am a Maple Leafs fan, so I kind of get it.
Yeah. You relate. Okay.
I kind of get it.
I see.
Yeah. Then we moved to the Broncos. I like what the Broncos did. That team is going to be a problem this year.
I like what they did too. I think they showed a lot of fight last year.
Yep.
When you look at some of the signings, right? Two of the bigger ones, they go over it here with Yahoo Sports, and it's Dre Greenlaw
Yep.
and Talanoa Hufanga
Yep.
from, I can't pronounce his name, but he's a good player from San Francisco.
Yeah.
And San Francisco's losing a lot of
Oh,
players.
wait till we get to them.
Yeah, and those are two really, really good signings. DJ Jones as well on the defensive. They re-signed him on the defensive line. And Evan Ingram at tight end is a good one for them as well.
Yep.
That giving a young quarterback
That
a good
safety
tight
valve.
end,
Yep.
at a good tight end safety valve, and Evan Ingram is a good receiver.
Yep.
He did really well in Jacksonville with the corpse of Trevor Lawrence throwing the football, right? So,
But this kind of goes back to this with the Broncos. Does Bo Nix fall into that sophomore slump like C.J. Stroud did?
yeah, I don't know, man. He was really impressive last year.
I agree with you.
Not on the level of Jaden Daniels, right? But I think he was the one that was most NFL ready, truly. Jaden Daniels might take a step back because he relied on a lot of athletics last year.
And I think they're going to get that tape on him. And,
Right.
yeah.
So he might take a step back, but he will then figure it out. And he's just athletic. He's got a good arm. But I'll say, man, I don't know if he takes a step back or not. I think it might not be a huge progress, but I think he might just continue the progression slowly upwards because he just had that NFL mind.
He looked like an
coming in.
NFL quarterback.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
You talk about like prototypical NFL quarterback.
Yes.
That guy.
Yeah, it was that guy.
And you put him with Sean Payton, who knows what the fuck he's doing with quarterbacks. As long as you have a quarterback that'll actually listen to him,
Right.
and this is I've heard this numerous times about Sean Payton. Like, he doesn't care if you disagree with him. He wants you to disagree with him. As long as you have logic and reasoning behind it,
Right.
it's like, I'm fine with that. And then we can search for a solution together.
Right.
But if you just disagree with me to disagree with me, then go fuck yourself.
But see, that's a characteristic of a true leader.
And that's what he loves about
a true
guys
boss,
like that.
right? But again, you're a true boss.
Yeah.
I've had this conversation with my boss.
Yeah.
He doesn't want a yes man.
Nope.
When we disagree, it's good.
Yeah.
We can have the conversation and figure out maybe we meet in the middle.
Yep.
Right? But again, you as a true leader, as a true boss, as a true supervisor, whatever, you have to want people that are gonna combat you a little bit.
Right.
And not always just go with what you say. Because if you don't, there's no growth.
Zero. No, you have to have that. So I like that. Sean Payton's like that with quarterbacks, and again, the Broncos being a problem next year, which even if Bo Nix takes a slight step back, I still think they're going to be a pretty good team. I mean, we'll see. I hope it doesn't happen for him because you hate seeing that, you know.
Yeah, and so again, it happened with C.J. Stroud, big time last year. Part of it was that injury to Tank Dell, where he just mentally collapsed.
Oh yeah,
for
that,
a
that,
few weeks.
that
there.
really fucked him up.
But you do see it all the time, right? The quarterbacks come out, they do really great, and then they have that sophomore slump. I think Bo Nix's game. I don't want to say it's anti-slump game, but he has a very good overall NFL quarterback mindset and play. And I believe his game translates to probably not taking much of a slump, if any.
Well, we'll see. Moving on to the Detroit Lions. They've been, I'd say, pretty quiet in the offseason. I mean, nothing huge. I mean,
no, DJ Reed, which, Lions fans, get ready for a lot of pass interference calls. I'm just saying, DJ Reed is very handsy as a cornerback.
I feel like they have another cornerback like that too.
Yeah. But it's listen, man. He's good, but he's very fucking handsy, and you're gonna see a lot of pass interference calls on that guy. I'm just saying.
Also, get ready for Detroit against the refs, and the refs fucked us in the NFL.
Of course, because they're gonna call DJ. They're gonna call DJ Reed on pass interference, and then Lions fans gonna be like, "Oh, it's only because they're the Lions."
Right, exactly. Green Bay Packers. I feel like this team never does anything in free agency, ever.
Hold on.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, exactly. They signed Nate Hobbs to a $48 million deal for 4 years. Aaron Banks. I guess that's a good signing because you want to keep Caleb upright. Especially after coming off this year when he was injured. I feel like he was injured basically the entire season.
I hate the fact I'm going to say this. Their best signing or re-signing was McManus.
You think so?
Their kicker. I'm telling you, listen, as much as we dog kickers,
I don't think we dog kickers enough.
Well, you're right. But I will say that in the NFL right now, if you don't have one of the top kickers, you have a big problem.
And the sad thing is, you're right. We talked about this.
You have a big problem.
We talked about this way back, probably 6 months ago. We talked about this and how important the kicking position is now. It's ridiculous.
And again, they're not going for field goals as much. They're going for it on fourth down more often, but yet for some reason, the upper echelon kicker is in such high regard right now because if you don't have that guy that you can count on wholeheartedly, you're at a disadvantage.
Yeah,
even though you're kicking less field goals.
Big time. And especially dudes that can
It's important.
Especially dude that can kick bombs.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really important right now, and I hate saying that, but it is.
No, and you're right to say it because it's true. It's literally it's there. It's in the product now. It kind of sucks, but it's unfortunately a thing. And now just looking at that division, just with all the free agent stuff that's going on right now, is there any huge change in that division as to what we thought it was from last year? Are the Lions clearing away the best team in that division, or do you like what the Bears have done to kind of okay, we're here now?
So I will say that I think the Bears are doing everything they can to make themselves competitive. They're going to be a problem this year. But here's the thing. Green Bay doesn't have to have a great offseason.
They rarely ever do.
They will still be competitive. And we saw what Minnesota did last year, right? Nobody expected them to do that last year, and they did it with Sam fucking Darnold.
I know, right?
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where that is going to be a competitive division.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put it past any one of those teams to be able to win that division next year. Now, last year, you and I said we weren't bought in on Chicago.
Yeah.
Right? But I'll tell you, this year so far, I'm bought in on Chicago. They're doing everything they can to make themselves competitive in that division.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that. I don't, because we last year we thought it was the Lions and then everybody else.
Yeah,
And I don't think that's going to be the case this year. I really don't.
Do I think the Lions are at this point going into the season? I think I still have to give them the nod that they're the best team in the division because of who they were last year.
That's fair.
And even the year before.
Yeah. Until somebody at least knocks them off anyway.
Right. So I'm not going to take anything away from them, even though I would love to. I'm not. I hate arrogant Lions fans still, but yeah, they at this point in time you have to give them the number one seat in that division. But I don't think there's much of a difference in between their number one seat and the other three.
Yeah. In
the division.
Moving on, this is another team, the freaking Houston Texans. Good Lord.
Dude, they're another dumpster fire right now. It says here, and again, I completely agree. The Texans' biggest need by far was offensive line, and they traded two of their starting offensive linemen.
And they signed Laken Tomlinson, who is 60.
I don't. And then they signed Christian Kirk.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, they traded for him. They traded for Christian Kirk.
Your QB is one of the most sacked quarterbacks ever. And unless you guys are going to use all your draft capital on offensive line, I don't really get what you guys did in free agency. I really don't.
They signed Braxton Berrios.
I love Braxton Berrios.
And Justin
I
Watson.
loved him at Miami, but
Justin Watson.
none of this looks good to me, like at all. But okay, again, unless you plan on using the majority of your draft capital on offensive line, I'm really not sure what you guys did.
And that Christian Kirk contract, what a bad contract that was by Jacksonville.
We said it when he signed it.
Yeah, and then the first year, everyone was like,
Oh, it's great.
See,
Yeah.
But I mean, he's still got 1 year at $15.5 million remaining on that, and the Texans traded for him. Like, man, that was just a waste of money.
Terrible. Colts again. I don't. What are the Indianapolis Colts? Like, what are they?
They're a team that is going to have a quarterback competition between Anthony Richardson and Daniel fucking Jones. That's who they are. They brought in Daniel Jones to have a quarterback,
and they gave him $14 million fucking dollars.
Yeah, one season for, but to be the competition to Anthony Richardson.
If you can't win that competition, just quit. Go to Canada.
They're the same quarterback, only one's white and one's black.
Yep.
But they're the same.
You're racist, bro.
I'm just pointing out their skin. I'm just pointing out there is a skin color difference. Other than that, they're the same fucking quarterback.
I mean, you're becoming Ryan Clark, who basically just calls everything.
Well, the only reason they signed Daniel Jones is because they didn't like their quarterback, who was black.
Like that's what I love about it. He said that people were giving Shitter Sanders shit because he was black.
Like,
oh, really?
I heard that. Yeah.
Really? You realize Cam Ward's black too, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's saying he's going number one.
Yeah.
But that doesn't fit your narrative. Okay, got it.
And on that note, I really hope the Browns don't take Cam Ward.
As a Miami fan, I agree with you. He can make some great plays, and he's got the arm. It's just sometimes he makes some really stupid decisions, like really stupid decisions. It's like what are you looking at here? Like why? What are you doing? I don't understand what you're doing here. And
What are you doing?
I saw him live in person.
Yeah.
And it was just like, you have a guy wide open. Fucking throw him the ball.
Well, to me, the thing that stands out for him is bad vision and bad decision making at times.
He holds onto the ball way too long.
Yeah, but again, part of that is vision.
Yep.
Like he's not seeing the open guy, so he's holding on the football. Like what? You have to be able to go through your reads and make the call in your mind and throw the football, right?
Yep.
If you can't do that in college, how is that going to translate in the pros?
Not very well.
Not very well.
Not very well. You know who does transition pretty well, though?
The Joe Wright Group.
That's right. Whether you're buying or selling your home, now is the time to take advantage of having the expertise of 3 real estate agents for the price of 1 on your side. Make the right move with the right group, the Joe Wright Group. Give Craig Joe Wright, Mike Bush, and Shane Wilson a call today at 248-535-4750 to fulfill all of your real estate needs.
Happy Chinooka. I have no...
That's still one of the best. Dude. I love that.
Happy Chinooka.
Happy Chinooka. Jacksonville Jaguars. This team isn't in London yet. Like, why? I don't know.
I don't know why. I mean, they've made a lot of signings, but I don't know.
It's just they're there.
They haven't spent a lot. They've made a lot of signings. I mean, it could pan out to be okay. I see that Yahoo gives them a B grade.
Yeah.
I'd probably give them a C myself. I don't see anybody making that big of a difference on that roster. But again, I've been wrong before. I just don't see it.
I mean, Nick Mullins going to be the starter by like week 6.
And De'Ami Brown from Washington is now there, so they got that going for him. But yeah, again, for me, a little underwhelming.
Yeah. Chiefs.
Well, Mahomes restructured his deal.
Yep.
To give them some more money.
Yep.
They restructured Chris Jones' deal again to give him some more money. I don't know. I see they're being given a grade of A-.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if I agree with that.
So they did bring back some guys, which are pretty big, right? Nick Bolton, they re-signed him, 3 years, 45. He's a monster linebacker, man. That dude is awesome. They re-signed Hollywood Brown to a 1 year, $11 million deal. Personally, I don't see where the A grade comes from.
Oh, I mean,
I personally would give him a B.
I mean, Travis Kelce's coming back, obviously.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. That's my fault.
Which I'm not surprised about. Everybody's like, will he or won't he? He's obviously coming back.
He's coming back.
Like, stop. He's obviously coming back. The Raiders.
The Raiders.
Frankie's going to get his Geno jersey? The Geno?
Yeah. It's not delivery. It's the Geno. Max Crosby, 3 years, 106.5. Again, we set it at 35.5 mil a year. It's funny, the Myles Garrett signing happened, and everybody was like, oh, my God, it's so awful. You didn't say anything about Max Crosby at 35.5, but Myles Garrett, who by far is the best defensive player in the league.
I just looked at the stats side by side. Yes, Myles Garrett is better.
Yeah. So, I mean, nobody said anything about this signing, but Myles Garrett, they were like, oh, it's too expensive.
I think Myles Garrett's like, 2 years older than him?
I think so.
Yeah.
But, again, shows no signs of slowing down.
Right.
So, again, I look at that. It's defensive line. Defensive line, offensive line. For me, spend your money there.
Yep. That's
a smart move.
That's how you win.
So, I don't dislike that for them. Getting DeGeno, I mean,
who
else did they have?
That's my point. That's what I was just going to say. It's like, when's the last time they had, like, a legitimate quarterback?
And it's weird. We're saying Geno Smith is a legitimate quarterback. Who'd have thought 4 years ago we'd be saying that?
I didn't even realize he was still in the league 4 years ago.
But, yeah, it's...
I mean, okay, whatever. I mean, they have to be somewhat better, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, they signed Raheem Mostert. I don't know. There's that again. They give him a B grade. I would say more like a B minus C plus. But
Chargers.
The Chargers.
I'm just gonna look at what they did here. Khalil Mack, like whatever, 1 year, okay. That dude's washed, but.
He's not what he used to be. $18 million for 1 year seems a bit much for me there.
I don't hate the Najee signing.
The Najee signing?
I don't hate it.
Najee Harris? No, I think that's that's smart for what they want to run, right?
Yep.
The Mekhi Becton signing.
Yeah.
To a $20 million. That's a smart signing.
Yep.
Again, offensive line. They're going to run the football. Justin Herbert is going to run play action, have some open guys, but it's going to be one in the trenches for them.
I think that's what they're going to do in the draft, though.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what they're going to do in the draft.
It's going to be one in the trenches, and that's what they're going for. They show it.
The Rams brought back Stafford, restructured his deal.
I just like the fact that now Jimmy Garoppolo and Devontae Adams are back on the same fucking team. After Devontae Adams just talked so much shit about Jimmy Garoppolo and basically got him fucking shit canned. Like, I've signed me up for that. If Stafford gets hurt and Garoppolo has to be out there throwing the fucking football to Devontae Adams, I can't. Sign me up.
Yeah. So, yeah, they brought in Devontae. The Poona Ford signing, I think, is pretty solid.
That's a good signing.
It's going to be weird not seeing Cooper Kupp there, but
but again, Devontae Adams is a legitimate replacement for him.
He is.
I think he's a good complement to Puka. I think Puka is very much like Cooper Kupp. You know what I mean? Like, he's very similar to Cooper. They had the similar receiver on the team, and I think Devontae Adams brings a little bit more of a different aspect to there, right?
Yeah.
I like it.
Now, let me ask you this, and this might be a hot take, maybe not, I don't know.
Hot take.
I think Sean McVay is the best coach in the NFL.
I would be hard-pressed to tell you you're wrong, because what he's done with a team that basically everybody said was completely rebuilding 3 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was.
With like zero draft capital.
Right. Like, he has kept them going and kept them winning.
I mean, they pushed the Eagles to the brink last year.
And you're right, they've done it with zero draft capital because they traded away all their draft picks to win the Super Bowl, to get players to win the Super Bowl. And they did it. Mm-hmm. But he's also kept it going since then with no draft capital.
Right. Yeah.
No, I would be hard-pressed to tell you you're wrong.
I mean, the only other person I could say obviously would be like Andy Reid, but
Andy Reid is really great.
But yeah, I mean, right now I think Sean McVay is the best coach in the NFL. Whatever. Dolphins. This is just another team to me that's just like
they're always underwhelming.
What are you guys doing? I mean, they did bring in the MILF Hunter, so that's cool.
That's a big one there.
But other than that, I'm looking at this going.
You know, what kills me is we sat here and talked last year. You have Tua, and listen, you're gonna roll the dice with Tua.
Yep.
He's a good enough quarterback when he's healthy. You paid him all that money, $53 million a year, right? You're gonna trot him out there. But with his history, you need to have a capable backup. And I'll be honest with you.
Is the MILF Hunter not a capable backup?
No. No. Absolutely not. No. We sat here last year during the season when he got hurt and said this.
Yep.
And they still, in my opinion, did not go out and get a credible backup for him.
No, I would happen to agree with you on that. But hopefully, and again, hopefully Tua can stay healthy. That would be ideal for him. But with that type of injury history, I'm not a huge betting man, but I mean, I wouldn't count on it. Vikings. So they get rid of Darnold, which I thought was going to happen all along.
Yeah.
And it's the J.J. McCarthy era now.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not sold on that.
Who is?
I'm not sold that that's going to be who they roll out there on week 1. I'm just.
Who are they going to roll out?
Aaron Rodgers.
Really? All right.
Yep. I truly believe Aaron Rodgers is the guy.
You really think he's going to go the Brett Favre arc?
I do.
And just complete it?
I do. I do. And I think for Minnesota it makes the most sense.
You think so?
I do, because Sam Darnold, you got there with Sam Darnold, but I don't think if you're a smart NFL owner, or GM or head coach, you're not rolling out there with basically a rookie when you were competitive enough last year to possibly win the division. You won 14 games last year, right? So with Sam Darnold, Captain, I'm seeing ghosts. So I don't see them rolling the dice in this season when they're competitive enough with basically, by all accounts, a rookie quarterback, because he didn't play at all last year because of a torn meniscus. So no, I really believe they're gonna get. This is how I feel, and I could be fucking wrong. I think Aaron Rodgers goes there as the 1-year stopgap. They're competitive enough. They have Aaron Rodgers, and then you have the kid kind of just shadow Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna teach him shit, but you're gonna just shadow him, and you're gonna learn the game. You're gonna sit behind him for a year, and then next year is when it's your team.
Everything I hear is going to the Steelers, but I could see Minnesota. I could see it.
That's just me personally.
No,
that's
I could
see
absolutely
happening.
see it.
And I think it's hilarious because it is the exact route that Brett Favre went.
Yep. All right, I can see it. Patriots. I like what the Patriots did. They actually look like they have a competent defense anyway.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not a big Carlton Davis fan, but he's better than whoever else they had. Milton Williams, good signing for them. Their top 4 signings were all defense.
Yep.
So they're doing the smart thing, and then their 5th signing was an offensive tackle, Morgan Moses. Smart, very smart. They're going after the defensive side of the ball, and the lines is what they're going after.
Smart, and frankly, I think they're just going to be better purely on who their head coach is.
And I agree with you there too. Yeah, I agree with you there too.
Then we get to the dumpster fire that is the New Orleans Saints.
Jesus Christ!
You gave Chase Young 3 years and $51 million.
Dude,
why? Oh man, that dude is beyond washed.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I really don't.
He's
This team.
I don't know what to say about him. He's never been what he should have been.
No, I agree with you.
And at this point in time, not only is he not what he should have been, he's not even what he was when he came into the league, which was not very good in the first place.
This team has a serious chance to finish with the number 1 overall pick.
Oh, absolutely.
And frankly, I wouldn't be shocked to see that happen.
I would not either.
I mean, they'll definitely be in competition with the dumpster fire that's right below them, the New York Giants.
And the dumpster fire that's going to be right below them.
Yes. Yes. This is the holy trinity of a dumpster fire franchises right now.
This is the trifecta of dumpster fires.
Good Lord.
All the cities that begin with new.
Yeah. So, the New York Giants again. Who the fuck is going to play quarterback for this team?
I don't know.
Is it going to be Tommy Cutlets?
They re-signed Tommy DeVito.
Oh my God! I'm looking at this.
I don't know, man.
Yikes.
They do have the third. What do they have? The third overall pick. They could take Shadur Sanders. I'd say that would be fucking hilarious if they do. I would love that. That's great.
And then you go to the Jets, and they get Justin Fields. Okay.
And listen, I know people dog that. I'm still a Justin Fields guy. I think he can play. And I think he showed last year on Pittsburgh. He can play.
Well, yeah.
He's not.
But Mike Tomlin, being the stubborn
right.
fuck,
Yeah,
didn't put, even though the players wanted him back in.
Right. Well, and now it looks like Tomlin is moving on for both of them. So, like, what the fuck are they going to do at quarterback? But yeah, I like Justin Fields, but there's nothing else on that roster.
No, there really isn't.
And I'm telling you, man, that's
a bad football team.
It's gonna be a really bad football team.
We move to the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. Resign Saquon to fucking Christ.
2 years, $41 million.
Woof. Okay.
Let's go back to New York Giants for a minute, though.
Yeah.
The Darius Slayton signing. 3 years, $36 million. For who is probably your number 3 wide receiver. Okay? Do you know what Saquon wanted last year to re-sign with the Giants?
No.
So I'll tell you what he signed for with Philly.
Yeah.
3 years, $37.5 million.
Yeah.
So you could have gave Saquon $1.5 million more over 3 years than you gave Darius Slayton this year. And you balked at signing Saquon Barkley to that, but you signed Darius Slayton to that. That, sir and sirs, is why your franchise is fucking awful. That's one of the worst two decisions. When you put those two decisions together, it's by far the worst overall decision when you pack them together that I've ever seen.
This is why bad organizations stay bad. Because they
fucking
do
brutal
shit like that.
Yeah.
So we get back to the Eagles. Again, what were they going to do that was going to make them significantly better? You know?
I mean, honestly, their team is already very, very good.
Yeah.
They've got some great young guys on the defensive side of the ball. They've got Saquon, who is basically, running back Jesus, leaping backwards over players. And, I mean, the dude's just awesome.
Yes, he is.
They re-signed Lane Johnson, 3 years, $40. Great re-sign. They didn't sign anybody big, so they signed A.J. Dillon, who is also really washed, but I don't know what that does for them. They didn't even have a disclosed amount that he signed.
I know.
It's a 1 year deal with a question mark, basically.
Better than minimum, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they did trade for Dorian Thompson-Robinson from the Browns, which, again, I guess they think he could be their backup. I don't know.
I got nothing on that one.
He didn't look like much in Cleveland, but he's not the first quarterback that hasn't looked like much in Cleveland. So.
Right. So we move on to the Steelers, and they get DK.
They traded for DK.
What's really going to be funny is when him and Pickens kill each other.
Yes.
That's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that.
It's going to be great. And they signed him to a 5-year, $150 million contract.
Seems a bit excessive.
Is this the worst decision that they've made as a franchise? I mean, that's bad, dude. DK's not even in my opinion, he's not a top 10 wide receiver.
He's not. He's not because.
And you signed him to top 5
because
money.
he can't run routes, dude. That's all he is, a deep.
Like you signed him to top 5 money.
I would say no, it's not. I think the worst decision they ever made was not having a succession plan for Roethlisberger.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, they still don't have a quarterback.
That's my point.
So I don't know what they're doing.
Right.
They don't have a quarterback on their roster right now, from what I understand. Like who is their quarterback?
They signed Mason Rudolph.
Oh, you know, I did see that. You're right. Okay, if that's their plan.
If that's their fucking plan.
Oh man. Oh, I can't.
And that what's going to be even better is if they do sign Aaron Rodgers, and one of them like runs a wrong route.
Oh,
you going to blame one of them?
First of all, you got DK and George Pickens in the same locker room.
That's going to be oh my god.
Diva on diva crime, and then you listen. If you trot Mason Rudolph out there to throw the football to these two fucks. Sign me up for that. I will watch every single game they play just to see the fireworks.
This shit's gonna make Myles Garrett look like fucking child's play.
It's yeah.
This is what we need in locker room hard knocks. Like after my god, I need it in my life.
But again, like you said, if it's Aaron Rodgers,
that first time Rodgers blames one of them for like a missed route or something like that. Oh, that's gonna be fucking awesome.
Be like Mortal Kombat on the field.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I can't. I need it. I need it. We moved to the San Francisco 49ers, who basically just taken a machete to their entire roster.
Do they have? They've axed their. I mean, they have just
they
slashed.
They did what the Bills did.
What the Bills did last year. Yeah.
Which is smart.
I can't say they're wrong for it. Again,
no.
It's one of those things where you kind of saw it had to happen.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, what they're doing right now tells me Purdy's going to get the bag from them.
I think he is now.
I
didn't think he was.
Everything they did tells me he's getting the bag from them.
Yeah, I think he is.
And
now.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's not going to be as bad as people think. He's going to get the bag from them, but it's going to be a team-friendly bag. He's not going to rake them over the coals.
I think he should. I absolutely think he should.
It's going to be good, but it's not going to be, you know what I mean?
Like any quarterback that's better than Dak Prescott, which I think he is.
He's better than Trevor Lawrence.
This is to my point.
Right? I mean,
any quarterback that he is better than, that's making more than him, I'd be like, no, I'm better than that fucking guy.
Right.
I want to be paid more than that fucking guy.
I can't say you're wrong in that. The way I see it going is, I know they know everything they've done shows me they know they have to pay him.
Yeah. No, again,
and they're going to.
Before they took the machete to the roster, I didn't think they were going to do it. I really didn't. I thought they were going to draft a QB or sign like a cheaper free agent and move along. But now that I see they did take the machete to the roster, I think that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to
and truthfully, this is the path I saw happening.
Yep.
Right, we talked about it. I know you said you didn't see them doing it.
Yeah.
All along, I saw them retaining him, keeping him, and again, obviously, hindsight is 20/20. Right now that we see what happened and see what they did to their roster, and they literally. Like it was
gutted that motherfucker.
Yeah, it was Kmart special.
Yep.
I mean, they were just getting rid of everything.
Yep.
So yeah, it was garage sale time for them, and they sold off everything. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. And who knows? Can they do what the Bills did last year and still be competitive while doing it? I mean, they had a good overall roster, so slashing what they've slashed so far still doesn't take away everybody.
No.
They still have good players on their team.
They do.
So
we'll see how that plays out. And then we move on to the Seahawks.
The Sea Chickens?
Which obviously they got Sam Darnold in the mix.
They went from DeGino to
Darnold.
DeGossier.
DeGossier. So they bring in Darnold. They pair him up with Cooper Kupp. They get rid of DK. They get rid of Lockett too.
Yeah, they released Lockett.
Yeah.
They brought in Cooper.
Okay. They bring in MVS, which, okay.
He's a deep threat guy.
Yep.
he showed last year with New Orleans that he can still get deep and catch the football. So
Right.
I mean, but again, I don't see anything big from them. The Sam Darnold thing. I'll be honest with you, the Sam Darnold thing didn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't, because you had Geno Smith, right? And to me, I look at Geno Smith and Sam Darnold as almost the same
I'll
fucking
say
cat.
that it's like a lateral thing.
It's
here.
the same cat, right? I mean, it's just different years in their career, but it's the same dude.
No, I don't disagree with you.
Same
on
progression.
that. So I don't think this. It definitely doesn't make your offense better.
No.
I think their defense is going to be decent. You know, signing DeMarcus Lawrence and
Yeah, no, that's a good signing
I
for
like
them.
that
3 years,
signing.
42.
Yeah.
Smart signing for them.
Yep. So
I don't dislike the Cooper Kupp thing. I
as
don't
long as
think
he can stay healthy.
I was gonna say I don't think he's washed. I think it's just you need to stay on the field.
Yep. Then we move on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Re-signing Chris Godwin. Again, hopefully he can stay healthy.
Yep.
Ben
dude-
Bredeson, I like.
3 years,
re-signing.
$66 million. And actually his legs actually do not come with that deal. They had to sign a separate deal to get his legs to come along in the transaction.
Yeah.
Because those keep falling off. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
re-sign Levante David. The Hassan Reddick pick or signing. To me, it's a 1 year prove it deal, kind of
kinda like a Bosa deal.
kind of almost exactly like
Yeah.
Bosa. 1 year prove it deal, 1 year, $14 million. It's worth the risk for them. I think it's smart.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Overall, I think what they've done is they've kind of retained some guys, and overall, like I see the Yahoo gave him a B. I think I'm right along the same wavelength. It's a
live with
B.
it.
They're
Yeah.
going to be competitive next year. They didn't do anything. They didn't get worse, but they didn't do anything to get better either.
Yeah. Tennessee Titans, they didn't do anything to get better either.
No, they did not.
Good Lord.
No, they did not.
Again, that's another franchise that's just, they're there. It's just, yeah, we have a team. We got uniforms and everything. It's really great. But,
We got a locker room.
yeah, it's,
got uniforms.
They're just there.
It's cool.
I didn't know they still had a team. Yeah, we got uniforms and everything.
We
It's
got
really
uniforms
great.
and everything. It's really great.
But again, I don't see anything on here that you're like, oh my God, this makes them so much better.
No.
No, I got nothing.
Nope.
I mean, they signed Johnny Hecker as a punter. Is that good? Yeah, exactly.
For the brand.
For the brand. Yeah. Fuck that guy.
For the brand.
Yeah, fuck that guy. And then we round out this NFL free agency with the Washington Redskins. Okay.
Gonna be honest with you, I love what they've done,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be even more competitive next year.
Yep.
I'm not saying I love the Deebo Samuel trade. He's got 1 year left on his contract at 17.5, right? But again, they have money.
Yep.
It's not about the money for them. They don't care.
Nope.
If Deebo can regain his old ways,
Which I think he will because of the change of scenery.
It's a smart move. And if
Agreed.
he doesn't, there's only 1 year remaining, and you cut ties.
right. But he wanted out of San Francisco.
Smart trade for them.
Yep.
Laramie Tunsil from the Texans, who we said needed offensive line help, and yet they traded away offensive
Right.
lineman. Tunsil was one of those guys. He's got 2 years remaining, $42.7 million. You want to protect your franchise quarterback. Brilliant fucking
I
trade.
heard a stat about him the other day that he was like the most penalized tackle in the league. I think
Really?
if I remember that stat correctly, yeah.
To me, you wanted to protect your franchise guy.
Yeah.
That was good. Javon Kinlaw, sign him. He's from San Fran.
Yep.
Defensive tackle, 3 years, $45 million. Brilliant signing. They've done some really good things. I like what they've done.
I like what they've done too. Again, especially with the Debo thing. Like I said, he wanted out of San Fran, change the scenery, especially with that type of quarterback. I think they can do some damage in that regard. So I like what the Washington did.
Yep.
So
They re-signed Zach Ertz to a 1 year deal, and he was rejuvenated last year playing on
yeah,
that team.
for sure.
Yeah, I really do. I like what they've done.
Nice. Okay.
I think they've rounded it out. Speaking of somebody else and what I like what they've done is Tap and Barrel Grill. Tap and Barrel Grill in Shelby Township is one of the newest sports bars in Metro Detroit. This upscale sports bar features over 40 craft beers on tap, handcrafted cocktails, a delicious scratch-made food menu, and an amazing patio voted best in Macomb County by Cranes Detroit Weekly. They will have the patio open here soon. We have nice weather coming up. Go check them out. Enjoy the patio. They have a comfortable feel, a very attentive staff, and fine dining food options, which makes it a must-visit spot for sports fans and foodies alike. Whether you're watching the big game, like this weekend with some of the tournament games.
So get down there Thursday and Friday for the tournament. They got
tournament
a million TVs. You'll be able to find whatever game you want.
That would be one of the best places to watch the tournament basketball that we have coming up here Thursday and Friday. Whether you're watching the big games or just looking for a great meal, Tap and Barrel Grill has you covered. It's Tap and Barrel Grill. Visit them at 50055 Van Dyke Avenue in Shelby Township, or go to tapandbarrelgrill.com.
Nicely done.
Thank you, sir.
Now, speaking of the tournament that starts, I know the first 4 games, today and tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't really care. The real tournament starts Thursday. And, I look at this bracket, and there was a few surprises. I think Michigan got boned completely. I think Michigan got absolutely jobbed on their seeding.
Well, I think their seeding to me shows that they didn't even take into account them winning the fucking Big Ten tournament.
They absolutely had this thing picked Saturday.
Yeah, it was not at all taking into account that win. Yeah, at all.
Also, North Carolina, I don't care if they're playing in a first 4 game.
Yeah,
They shouldn't be anywhere near this tournament. And the fact that the head of this committee that picked this fucking bracket is North Carolina's athletic director.
Okay.
Is a fucking joke. Shit like that can't happen, guys. It can't. You cannot have a sitting athletic director on any of these fucking committees.
You cannot.
Whether it be for the college football playoff, whether it be for the NCAA tournament, you can't have this.
You cannot let that shit happen.
You cannot let that shit happen. What are we doing here? You can't say, but he was fair and unbiased. Bull fucking shit he was. Oh, he was out of the room when we discussed it. No, he fucking wasn't. And even if he was, who fucking cares? What a joke.
He was out of the room when we discussed it.
Yeah,
I love that.
Great.
That's
cool.
hilarious.
That made it all better then. Yeah. All right, got it.
He wasn't even involved.
Yeah, he wasn't even involved. Cool, man. Anyways. Just looking at this, I was talking a little bit about it at work today with some of the guys I work with, just who we think's going to win. I think Florida's going to win this whole thing.
So I look at this tournament, and I'll be honest with you, I think there's going to be more parity in this tournament than there has been in past years.
No, you're seeing it more and more now.
I look at this, and it's not like last year. Where UConn was the clear.
Yeah.
I don't see that in this tournament. I don't see the clear.
No.
I don't. I just don't.
Either. Auburn, number 1 overall seed.
Okay.
They're good, obviously.
Yes.
But are they oh my God, they're really good?
No.
I don't see that. Same thing with Duke. Duke's good, obviously.
Well, a 31-3 record. Yeah. Of course they're good.
But oh my God, they're unbeatable good?
Are they UConn last year good?
Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
I don't think so. Not in my opinion.
But you're right. There's not that one team you're they're gonna just destroy everybody.
Yeah. Nope. I'll be honest with you. I think there's gonna be a lot more higher seeds winning games this tournament than in previous ones.
And something you mentioned before the show started is people filling out brackets.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know a lot of people just fill one out just to fill one out, which I probably will do tomorrow just for the hell of it. Why not? But do people now prefer to fill out a bracket, whether it be in a group, with money on the line, whatever, or just say, you know what, the hell with it. I would just rather bet on games individually or in a parlay or whatever.
And my argument is that I truly believe that legalized sports gambling has destroyed. And I say destroy. It's a strong word. But it's taken away the market of people doing bracket tournaments with their friends.
I would agree with you
because I don't think as many people do it now, and I think it's because of legalized gambling.
Well, not only that, but they're a pain in the ass to set up.
Yeah, it is a pain in the. It's a pain in the ass.
You gotta get everybody's money. You gotta keep track. Fucking no. I can just really go on pretty much any betting app.
And you can just bet on every game anyway.
Bet on every game I want.
Well, and
you get instant gratification. You get instant payout.
Instant gratification, and your whole tournament isn't ruined in the first weekend,
Right.
Because
Your national champion lost in the first. Right. Yeah, it lost in the fucking first weekend.
You're able to have a stake in every game if you want to, and you don't have to be done in the first weekend because your team lost.
Yes, I am absolutely in 100% agreement with you on this. I would.
And here's the other thing: if the people who do fill out brackets, do they really still print them out and fill them out? Like that's another one that's like anybody that does that to me is full on like. You need to come into the fucking the century we're
it's all
in.
Digital now, man.
Like, what are you doing?
I don't remember the last time I saw anybody who actually like
printed
it out
a bracket
and filled it.
That is like anybody that does that right now is fucking nuts.
That's crazy.
You need to get into the real world.
Yes, but like I said, I'm in total agreement with you on this. I think just again the betting aspect of this, you get the instant gratification if you win or lose, but. Even if you lose, you're like, oh, wait, I can bet on this game and make my money back.
Right.
And instead of, oh, shit, my national champion lost in the first weekend. My bracket's fucked. Okay.
Right.
Great. I just threw how much ever you threw in the pot away.
Right.
Terrific.
Great.
Awesome.
And now the whole tournament's done for me.
Like, yeah, now you don't care anymore. You've lost interest.
And I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I think it's just going to get worse.
It is. It's gonna keep going down
as more and more states start to get legalized gambling.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna happen for sure.
And I'll be honest with you, I would rather. I didn't fill out a bracket last year. I won't do one this year.
I think Ladies Friends work filled one. They had a tournament, so we filled out a bracket. But other than that, I didn't fill one out myself.
Right. Like I don't have. I wasn't in a tournament last year. I'm trying to think the year before whether I think I was in one.
Yeah.
And I just did one. And in all honesty, I didn't follow it much. I'm not going to do one this year.
No.
I will probably bet on some games.
Yeah.
But again, if I bet on a game and I lose it, I can bet on another one.
Oh wait, my tournament's not over?
The tournament's not over for me.
Weird.
It's funny how that works.
No, I'm with you on that. Absolutely.
Oh, you're done? Oh, we're done?
Yeah, that's it, man.
All right. So, question for you. You follow it more closely than I do.
Yeah.
So, you said you have Florida winning it.
Yes.
All right. Who's your Final Four?
Out of this.
And then we're not going to go full bracket. I just want to get your Final Four.
Final Four, eh? Oh, Florida.
We're watching Alabama State right now. You think they got a shot?
No, I don't, actually.
As a plan?
All right, I'm going to go Florida.
Florida.
Yeah. Never Arizona because they fuck me every year.
They are one of the worst fucking teams to pick.
Every year. I go Florida, Alabama.
Florida.
Houston.
You went Florida and Alabama?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Florida, Alabama, Houston. I can't believe I'm actually going to fucking do this. Michigan State.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Florida, Alabama, Houston, Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
Final two. Obviously, Florida.
Florida and...
So Florida beats Michigan State.
Florida beats Michigan State.
And Alabama or Houston, who's winning?
Houston.
Houston's winning?
Florida, Houston. And Florida's winning it.
Florida's winning it?
Yep.
All right. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Get your brackets filled out.
If you want to win money, do not listen to anything I say.
If you want to win money, listen to Chris Scott, who just told you.
Pick the opposite of everything I just told you to do.
All right. Is there anything else you want to get into?
No, we'll hit up Tigers next week.
Okay. Yeah, because we have opening day coming up.
Yep.
All right. Give us a like, a share, and a follow on our social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find all of our podcasts on your favorite podcast provider. Check out SOTDET.com. While you're there, click on shop, buy some stuff, support us. We would appreciate it. But also click on our sponsors' links and follow and share them.
Yes.
Frequent them. We would appreciate it. And we love them very much. They take care of us. And As far as Tap and Barrel Grill, go there for the tournament. It would be a great place to go to watch the tournament, man. Bunch of TVs, great food, great atmosphere. Again, SOTDET.com. Click on shop and click on our sponsors' links. On behalf of Chris, I'm Joe. We are Sports on Tap Detroit. See you next Tuesday.
And that is it for us today.
No! God, please, no!
Bye. Have a great time.
No! God!
Bye, guys.
No, 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 no!
Bye, buddy.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
It's never goodbye.
You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs.
And you were meant to be here tonight.
You guys will always be in my heart.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
I think the most important part is that we all stay together throughout.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Live. Fight like hell. The best thing I have ever done, the best thing I will ever do, is be a dad.
God, I love you guys. Mamba out.